to the world of fantasy, romance, sci-fi, adventure, and more. It's time for the Author Hour, your guide to fantastic fiction, hosted by Matthew Peterson. It's a weekly visit with the masters of fiction as we meet with the top authors of today. Now, here's Matthew Peterson.
It was Project Book Babe for our friend Faith Hochhalter, who was instrumental in helping launch the careers of me and Shannon Hale and Stephanie Meyer and PJ Harzma, just a dozen authors that came together to help her out when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. The fun part is we never got to rehearse. And the version that I learned the song to is a slightly different version than the one they learned to dance to. And when we started, we couldn't hear the music. The auditorium could. We couldn't. So I started late. The music was already going, so the choreography didn't match up with the lyrics I was singing. And then at the end, when they were supposed to start freestyling, Brandon Mull started freestyle dancing when the rest of them were still trying to do the choreographed stuff.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And then Dean Laurie and Stephanie Meyer came out behind us and started voguing their way across the stage, and the whole audience screamed, which meant we couldn't hear the music at all. So pretty much it was absolute travesty as far as music and dancing ability went, but as far as an event for our friend Faith, I think it was a smash.
You know, everybody remembers that psycho cat in the Disney movie, and your cat is nothing like that one. Your cat is like someone you definitely wouldn't want to see in a dark alley.
Yes, I was pretty excited when I came up with the idea. He's an assassin for Red. She conjured this cat. It has 9 lives, but it can morph into any kind of feline. But in the attack mode, it's a humanoid feline. So it stands on its 2 back legs, and it has these long nails that are long and sharp like butcher knives. And it's the Trojan horse in my story.
Yeah, I thought that was a funny part there, and I was like, whoa, that cat is evil.
Well, thank you.
At the time, he was 12 years old. My wife, my 2 daughters, and myself were all mad keen readers, and Michael wasn't. And I wanted to get him interested in reading. I thought I'll start writing a series of short stories. And the reason Wood was an archer, and the reason they're set in medieval times is archery was one of Michael's big interests. We used to shoot together. So I used a lot of his character traits and personality traits. There were 20 short stories. I wrote a story a week and put them away for about probably 12, 15 years while I worked on Hey Dad. And at the end of that period, my daughter said, why don't you do those as a book? And I looked at them and thought, that's a good idea. And that's where the book idea started. We went through a lot of changes and upgrading and making the actual language a little bit older.
Yeah. Well, the question that goes through my mind is, you had this great idea to help your son to get into reading. Now he's in his 30s. Did it work? Is he still reading?
Yes, it was excellent. On about the 4th week, I was doing a story a week for him and giving them to him on Friday afternoon. And about the 4th week, I'd have to hunt him down and give him the story at about 5 in the afternoon. He walked into my office at 3:30 and said, where's my story this week? So I loved it.
The Jimmy Fincher saga was a teeny tiny publisher. Shadow Mountain was kind of in between, and then, of course, Random House is big. Shadow Mountain's great. I think a big key to their success is that with Fablehaven, Levin Bumps, and now my series, they've sold the paperback rights to Simon & Schuster. So it's kind of a partnership. Shadow Mountain has a lot going for them. They're very creative. They're great at cover design. They're really good at promoting and getting into schools, stuff like that. You combine their skills with Simon & Schuster's distribution and marketing power, and it's worked really well.